Hello again. This is Gabby, and I'm going to be talking about Performance Task 1 of English 11A Unit 3. Again, if your teacher prints you out your units, this will be the very first page. It's a study guide. You don't need it since there's no test, but if you'd like to look it up and keep your vocabulary, you totally can. It's up to you. What I really want to look at is this, the whiteboard. The whiteboard says that you'll have one performance task and you'll have a test. The test won't be a test, it will be a alternative assessment, which I'll go over. Again, if you have these packets, your performance tasks are always at the end. So let's go to the end of here. Okay, cool. So for here, we see the performance task. Remember, in Unit 2, you wrote a rough draft of an autobiographical or narrative essay. You presented it orally to me, and then I gave you some stuff to fix. You need to make sure that you made those fixes and that your essay is as great as it can be. That way you can get all the points for this one. It's really easy as long as you've kept your essay. Again, I suggested typing it because I didn't want you to have to rewrite it all. So hopefully you did that. The only thing is I cannot get your essay. If you do not have your essay, you have to rewrite your essay and do it all from scratch again and get some feedback and fix it. This is what the rubric looks like. It's really straightforward. So you want to go to at least meet the expectations. If you get to exceed the expectations, awesome. But at least meet the expectations. So number one, the first thing that you're going to be looked at for is the reader is effectively engaged and oriented. I know what's happening, why that's happening, it all makes sense, and I'm engaged. It's interesting, right? I'm not bored, I don't want to throw the paper away, I'm interested in reading it. It's like that show or movie that you can't look away from. Narrative techniques used effectively, so you give me that great storytelling ability, precise words, sensory language used effectively. So instead of red, maroon, right? Or instead of said, yelled, screamed, whispered, cried, something like that. And then sensory language, I can see it. Chill ran up my spine. I looked at my dad with tears in his eyes. Skin flushed from rubbing his face, or I don't know, something like that, right? Well-structured sequence, effective conclusion. I can tell when it ends, why it ends there. It's well-structured. I can see the beginning, the middle, the end, the cause, the effect, the compare, contrast, something like that. And then revision suggestions and format followed correctly. So it should be Times New Roman or Arial. It should be 12-point font. It should be double-spaced, 1-inch margins, all of those things. You need to follow the conventions of grammar. So remember your commas, remember your periods, remember all of those things, and your spelling or punctuation. If you have any questions, let me know. If you were to score meets expectations in all of these things, cool. You get 50 points. If you were to score exceeds expectations for some of these things, awesome. You can get extra credit. So that means if you don't do very well in your review, you can get extra help here. If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, that's it. Unit 3 is pretty easy for the performance task. Just do your final draft, and then do your review. And then that's Unit 3. If you need help, let me know.